The true wisdom of enjoying solitude in old age. Those who enjoy solitude in their old age are truly wise. People who enjoy solitude will experience three kinds of blessings in their later years. The exhaustion of adulthood. Today, let's talk about why adults often feel exhausted. It's due to the accumulation of multiple roles. Childhood fears. When we were young, we feared being alone. When night fell, we always sought the comfort of our parents' arms. After starting school, we found solitude embarrassing. During breaks, we always went to the restroom or ate in groups. Among classmates, it was common to boast about how many friends we had, how many outgoing people we knew, to show that we were not alone. The value of solitude in adulthood. However, upon reaching adulthood, we suddenly realized the value of solitude. Many men, after driving home from work, stay in the car to smoke for 20 minutes before going upstairs. During those brief moments, they don't have to deal with work troubles, or household chores, overdraft credit cards, or large home loans. It's as if everything is completely cleared away in that moment. Many women, after becoming mothers, take longer showers. In that enclosed space, they don't have to listen to their children's cries outside, as if all the worries of the world are irrelevant. The layers of adult life. Some say that adults are often exhausted because of the layers of roles they play. Every day, we rush through life, switching roles from parents to children, from employees to spouses. Gradually, we find ourselves wearing masks for so long that we can no longer distinguish between the mask and our true face. We try to play all our roles well, but forget to live as our true selves. Solitude, the adult's luxury. Solitude is the adult's greatest luxury. Only in solitude can one fully become oneself. Life is like a one-way train journey. Along the way, we meet many people, but no matter who they are, they can only accompany us for part of the journey. In the end, the only one who will accompany you to the end is yourself. Therefore, experiencing loneliness is normal in life. The ability to enjoy loneliness is a personal skill. The benefits of being alone. Walking alone means you don't have to be restricted by others' schedules. You can stop and go as you please. Traveling alone means you can leave whenever you want, and have the peace of mind to appreciate the scenery along the way. Reading alone allows you to enjoy the quiet of the night, finding another world in books. Embracing solitude. Remember Yuval's words and cries in the drizzle. I no longer pretend to have many friends, but return to solitude. Living my life as my true self. Escaping meaningless socializing. Life is so short. Why waste it on meaningless social gatherings? Or worry that being alone makes you look pitiful in others' eyes? After all the revelry and noise, the feeling of loneliness only intensifies. An empty person remains empty. It's better to leave some space in life. After a busy day, give yourself some time alone. Whether it's enjoying flowers and music, reading, drinking tea, or just sitting quietly. Don't waste time and energy trying to fit in. Only in solitude can we completely remove our masks, shed our armor, and reveal our true selves. Achieving peace with solitude. Only in solitude can we make peace with a mundane life, and live more comfortably in the future. Solitude is the adult's greatest luxury, because only when alone can one fully become oneself. Solitude is also the most crucial period for personal growth. The wisdom of solitude. Writer Zhang Fangyu once said, "The more superior a person is, the more they like to be alone, because everything is clear. The more inferior a person is, the more they want to mix with others, Because when everything is unclear, they have an opportunity to take advantage. The path to excellence. One must experience a period of solitude to become excellent. Because the road to excellence is always lonely. Writer Mu Xian once lived in seclusion on Mount Mogan for 6 years. During those years, he read during the day and wrote at night, with a quote from Flaubert on his desk. A vast domain, knowing oneself is enough to occupy a person. 6 years later, when Mu Xian decided to leave, he discovered he had written over 100 short and medium stories, and painted countless landscapes. The benefits of solitude for achievers. In life, we often find that those who achieve in a certain field tend to be somewhat solitary. Haruki Murakami spends 1 or 2 hours a day without talking to anyone, whether running or writing. During his solitary time, he is highly efficient. Albert Einstein once said, "For a physicist deep in thought, the quiet, solitary job of a lighthouse keeper is ideal." The pitfalls of constant socializing. Conversely, those busy with social obligations appear to be constantly occupied, but have no time for self-improvement. They seem to have many friends, but when they need help, few are truly willing to assist. Adult social interactions are essentially an exchange of equivalent value. Only by improving oneself through solitude can one gain the essential capital for social interactions. Otherwise, one will live a life of pleasing others, caught up in meaningless social exchanges, living a mundane life. Embracing the value of solitude. Solitude is the adult's greatest luxury, because only when alone can one fully become oneself. Solitude is the most crucial period for personal growth. Enhancing marriages through solitude. Solitude can also make marriages last longer. Female friends often say that since getting married, their husband's attitude towards them has worsened. Sometimes, if he takes too long to answer a call or comes home late, she becomes suspicious and full of doubts. Unrealistic expectations. In social media, we often see articles saying, "Someone who loves you will always respond immediately." But in today's busy world, expecting instant replies is unreasonable. Someone else's indifference may hurt, but it can also help you grow faster. Learning to be alone in marriage. Learning to be alone can make you happier in marriage. After getting married, Lu Ruoying wrote a book called Daring to be Lonely in Your Arms. She described her marriage. They often go out together but watch different movies. They sit together, each doing their own thing, not talking but not feeling awkward. They have separate bedrooms and studies but share the dining room. Many find this hard to believe, but this is Lu Ruoying's secret to a stable marriage. The balance of togetherness and solitude. Two people can care for each other without being entangled, walking farther side by side. They can be close yet maintain distance, not being possessive in love. The importance of boundaries. In a happy marriage, women know how to balance closeness and independence. Too far, and it feels distant. Too close, and it becomes suffocating. Occasional companionship and occasional solitude make for a perfect relationship. Lasting and intimate. The battle of adult life. Friends often say, "After becoming an adult, I live like a one-person team. Every day feels like a battlefield. Performance at work, leaders' demands, household chores, children's education pressures often leave us overwhelmed. Thus, solitude becomes the greatest luxury for adults." The misunderstanding of loneliness. Unfortunately, we often misunderstand loneliness, confusing it with the longest declaration of love, and viewing solitude as a demon. We get entangled in meaningless social interactions, habitually pleasing and accommodating others, fearing being seen as a lonely person without friends. The reality of modern socializing. But the reality is, despite having 3,000 friends on WeChat, we still feel as lonely as a dog. So, why not carve out some time for yourself in a busy life? From enduring loneliness to accepting it, and finally to enjoying it, you will find that solitude is the best way to heal in this era. The power of solitude. Solitude is the best weapon against the unknown world. People who enjoy solitude often gain these three blessings. Clarity through solitude. Seeing yourself clearly. In social interactions, we often wear masks, showcasing our perfect side and hiding our flaws. In conversations, others' politeness or flattery can blur our self-perception. Solitude allows you to remove the mask, avoid flattery, and face your true self. Spend half an hour each day in quiet meditation, reflecting on your actions and words. Persist for a while, and you'll experience significant personal growth. Strength through solitude. Becoming stronger. We are taught from a young age to conform, not to stand out or be different. Day after day, we get used to going with the flow, following others, becoming increasingly indecisive and lacking independent thinking. As children, we believed we were unique and capable of anything. As we grow up, we become more mediocre, blending in with the crowd. Solitude helps you rediscover your original self. Break free from mediocre thinking. Stop following others, and make your own decisions, even if they are mistakes. The growth gained in the process is invaluable. Rest through solitude. Resting the mind. Among people, we play various roles. Family, friends, colleagues. No matter how familiar the circle, we always consider others' feelings. Carefully maintaining every relationship, we may become skilled and even numb to these roles. But haven't you ever wanted to abandon all these thoughts and be alone quietly? Of course. For example, smoking a cigarette after work, or staying up late reading after everyone is asleep. Sometimes, these are the only comforts for adults. So, in life, please don't hesitate to be alone. You don't have to force a laugh at gatherings, or prove your worth by boasting. Solitude allows us to face the world with more strength and clarity. Embracing solitude. The wisdom of contentment. Learning to be alone is a profound wisdom. In solitude, you can escape the clamor of life and hear your inner voice. You can understand yourself better, finding clarity and strength within. It's in these quiet moments that true self-discovery occurs. 3 benefits of solitude. 1. Seeing yourself clearly. When you're alone, there's no need for pretense. You can be completely honest with yourself. In the absence of external judgments and influences, you can reflect on your actions, motivations, and true desires. This self-awareness is crucial for personal growth and understanding. 2. Becoming stronger. Solitude teaches resilience. Without the constant input and opinions of others, you learn to trust your judgment and decisions. You become more self-reliant and confident. This strength is not just emotional but also intellectual, as you develop your thoughts independently. 3. Resting the mind. Modern life is filled with noise and distractions. Social interactions, while valuable, can be draining. Solitude provides a sanctuary for your mind, a space where you can relax and rejuvenate. It's a time to process your thoughts, dreams, and plans without external pressures. The power of solitude in relationships. Enhancing marriages. Solitude can also strengthen relationships, particularly marriages. Giving each other space allows for personal growth and independence within the relationship. It prevents the relationship from becoming suffocating and keeps the connection fresh and exciting. Avoiding codependency. Healthy relationships balance togetherness and individuality. Each person needs time alone to pursue their interests and recharge. This balance prevents codependency and fosters mutual respect and admiration. The myth of constant socializing. Society often pressures us to be constantly social, equating solitude with loneliness. However, meaningful connections are not about quantity but quality. It's better to have a few deep, authentic relationships than many superficial ones. Solitude helps you appreciate and nurture these true connections. Finding joy in solitude. Rediscovering hobbies. Solitude gives you the time and space to explore your interests and hobbies. Whether it's reading, painting, hiking, or simply daydreaming, these activities become more enjoyable when done alone. They provide a sense of fulfillment and joy that enriches your life. Appreciating silence. Silence is often underrated. In a world filled with constant noise, moments of silence can be incredibly soothing and refreshing. They allow you to connect with your inner self and the world around you in a more profound way. Conclusion. In conclusion, solitude is not something to be feared but embraced. It is a precious time for self-discovery, personal growth, and mental rest. It strengthens your relationships, fosters independence, and enriches your life with joy and fulfillment. Learning to enjoy solitude is a true mark of wisdom and maturity. So, take time for yourself, cherish those moments alone, and find the beauty in your own company.